Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you a few cards that I'm working on upstairs here in this area. But I want to tell you a little bit about my dog. And for those of you that know me, I could do a whole stand-up comedy routine about this dog. But we have this Chihuahua Terrier mix. Little tiny thing, weighs doesn't even weigh 7 pounds probably, but it controls the house. It has a kennel in this room here, which I consider my living room. But he's rarely in there. He doesn't sleep in there. He sleeps in the bed between my wife and I. So has this kennel. He owns our bed. My wife usually sits on one end of the couch, and he'll snuggle up with her there on the couch. So he kind of owns the couch over here, which is just right by my side here. And then there's a chair that nobody can sit in because it's his chair. Now, so he has the kennel in here plus two other spots, but my wife has her own reading room on was a screened in glass porch, and he has his own place out there. So he has four different places plus a bed, and he just owns everything. He owns every blanket that we put on the couch, or we have, if my wife has a blanket, it becomes his blanket kind of thing. Well, I feel like that a little bit today with my cards. See, I'm upstairs, my card room is downstairs, and I love messing around in my card room, but sometimes I like to be up where my wife is, that we can where the action's taking place. If somebody's up here, my daughter's over, or friends are over, I can still kind of mess with cards on the side while I'm carrying on conversations with them. And I have a place downstairs. I have a place here. I also have some stuff outside on the porch. When I go out there, I have cards I can piddle through out there. Stuff like, I brought it in now, but I told you that I had this before. I had this 16 four-row boxes that I had, and I narrowed it down to one box after going through everything. Well, this one box taken me a lot of time to go through, but like I have stuff out there that I'm getting ready for card shows out there, and then I've commandeered, about right behind me is our island for the kitchen, and I commandeered a place for that, for stuff that I take with me to work, or different things. And so I'm about like the dog, except the dog gets more attention from my wife. So right now I'm setting up in my second favorite place and doing what I really, really enjoy doing now. Cards and YouTube has become one of my favorite things to do. Hobbies have changed throughout my life, and the cards have always been there, but always not maybe near as prominent as it is right now. And so, I've become a creature of habit where, I got a long weekend. It does not bother me to spend time here in the house and around the cards and stuff. So I'm going to show you a little bit of these cards, and there's videos out there about how important it is cards are to you, how it's made your life better and stuff. And I don't know if it's made my life any better, but what it has added is these cards have added different friends that I get to talk to, and different relationships that I get to forge. And for instance, you hear me talk about this small group we have here in Middle Missouri that I get to go to card shows and stuff with. Well, the other day, my friend Tom and we drove to Whiteman Air Force Base to go through some cards of a guy that reached out to us because of YouTube. He saw the channel. He met up with us. We had lunch, and he invited us up to go look and buy some cards. Let me show you what I purchased from him. So let me see here. So we showed up there, and he had a super great collection, He just had one box of one Zion case, but he told us about some other stuff that he had at home that he just, and I get it. He's a young guy in the Air Force, small place to live, doesn't know exactly where he's going to live yet, but he has his Zion case. Excuse me here. Pardon me. He doesn't know where he's going to live yet or where he's going to settle down, but he does get to carry a Zion case, and he gets to mess with it on his days off. But he had some cards, and I picked up some cards to better my collection from him. I picked up this 74 Mike Schmidt. I have this card, but I like this one better. And I picked up a couple cards. Your family ever go on a vacation and leave somebody at home, and they bring that person home some kind of gift from their vacation? Well, I went up to look at his collection. That wasn't a vacation, but I have a couple buddies that I work with that are St. Louis Cardinal fans, and when it's gift time, maybe these Stan Musials can come in handy. And so that's like going somewhere on vacation that they couldn't go, but maybe I can bring them back a gift. So I picked up those 3 cards, and but the cards I picked up for myself, he had this. I'm working on those runs, and I needed this Ron Santo. What a beautiful card. How about this color Mini Minoso? And before this weekend started, I needed 2 cards to finish my 49 Bowman run. And he happened to have one of them. And I picked up a 49 Phil Rizzuto. It's a beautiful card. So this area right here, I was saying, I have it up here so I can be part of the action or part of what's going on up here. But also when I come home and go to the mailbox and I know there's cards coming in, I flop down in this chair right here and I have my computer in front of me where I have VCP going on, and I open up the cards from the mail and I'll show you what I got in the mail. Got this 65 Hoyt Wilhelm to finish that run. And the second card I needed for the 49 Bowman was this Enos Slaughter. Beautiful looking card. Look how dark that card is. Compare the two. Those are 2 beautiful cards that are going to finish the run. Now soon, I'm going to need another place. See, my wife and I are working on a place that we can get away to, like a small little cabin on some property. And I'm sure out there I will have my section that I can work on cards, even though out there's going to be plenty of things to do. There's going to be, fishing and just a lot of cool things to do and piddle with and stuff. I still want to find a place. I want to find a place that I can mess with my baseball cards. And I'm going to become a little bit more like this little terrier and chihuahua dog that we have, because I'm going to have a place in my basement for cards. I'm going to have a place here for cards. I'm going to have a place outside with my wife on a porch. And then I'm also going to have a place at my getaway place for cards. Now this, again, we were asked how this makes our life better, how baseball cards make our lives better. And, it's the community. Without YouTube, I wouldn't have hundreds of friends that I have now. Without this hobby, I would struggle for something to keep my mind active and to stay busy. So that's my answer to that. Now, guys, remember, this is just a hobby. collect what you like.